Hello, everybody. My name is Alan Amelie, and doing it again. Another Ruby theory. I put up a poll on the Mike and Marty account on Twitter last night. Ran for 12 hours for which theory I should do next. And the one that ended up winning, of course, is the one right now. Um, I have a theory regarding the way of the logistics of Ozpin's incarnations. So my thought process rather. It's very interesting that whenever we first get introduced to Oscar and Oz introduces himself, he introduces himself as Professor Ozpin. Makes sense. That is the one that we know him as is Ozpin. And it would make sense for them to not want to reveal the Ozma thing 2 volumes early. But additionally, whenever Oscar is talking about how he doesn't want anything to do with this, he's acting like Oz isn't real. Ozpin says, this same thing happened to me the first time. So, obviously Oz is the amalgamation of all the different incarnations he's ever been. Whenever he reincarnates into a like-minded soul, as time goes on, the two souls combine. And they're changed. But my thought here is that the most recent one, whoever the body belongs to, is now the dominant personality, if that makes sense. It's a very weird thing for me to describe. But I'm thinking that when he says, "I'm Professor Ozpin," it's not just the writing not spoiling us yet. I think it's genuinely the Ozpin incarnation introducing himself as Ozpin. He's also Ozma. He's also the King of Vale. He's also all the other ones that we saw in the Lost Fable. He's the wizard in the Tale of the Four Seasons. However, he introduces himself as Ozpin, and I think that's because it is the Ozpin person specifically, and not necessarily Ozma just saying that he's Ozpin. It's I have such a difficult time actually describing it. But it's Ozpin who is living with the memories and experience of all the other ones, and not necessarily Ozma. I'm hoping that the point is getting across. I don't know. I don't know if the point is getting across the way that I want it to, but my thinking is that whenever Oz and Oscar finally are fully merged, the two are, of course, going to be changed, but I think it's still going to be Oscar. I think Oscar will be the one in control with all the memories and experience from the previous lives. So, from there on in, he's always going to introduce himself as Oscar Pine. He's going to predominantly be Oscar's personality. He's not going to be, oh, it's Ozma reincarnated, it's Ozpin reincarnated. It's going to be Oscar having all that experience. That's my thought, and it's kind of my hope as well, just because I feel so bad for Oscar, honestly. And it would be awful if he really is just going to be one of his lives the way that he was worried about in Volume 6. So I'm thinking that whenever everything is said and done and they're fully merged, Oscar having the memories, knowledge, magic of Oz, it's still just going to be Oscar, a bit more matured, but he's the one that's in control fully. Oscar is the one that gets to stay in control up until the next one. And by that point, whenever he reincarnates again, that Oscar, or that Oz, whatever the next Oz, assuming there's a next Oz, that Oz will eventually take over and we won't have an Oscar anymore. Just like, if this is true, there isn't going to be an Ozpin anymore. There hasn't been an Ozma in forever. And I don't really know if I'm saying this the way that I hope it's coming across. And I don't really have an analogy to work with either. I don't have an analogy to work with at all for this. There really isn't one. And I wish there was. It would make things so much easier. But I think Oscar is going to stay in control even once they fully merge. It's just that he gets all the stuff from the previous incarnations that he's already on the path to getting. He's already getting some of the memories. He's gotten Oz's muscle memory. He's gotten the magic. We've seen the magic happen quite a few times. Quite a few? Once. We saw the magic happen one time. Then that's about it. But the muscle memory has come in handy a few times. And he clearly has some of Ozpin's wisdom leaking into his mind already, given he is fairly wise for a 15-year-old farmhand. So that's my thought, is by the time that they merge, Oscar is going to stay in control, but be changed. This Oz will always introduce himself as Oscar Pine. He won't introduce himself as Ozpin or Ozma unless he's making a point about previous incarnations. And I think that's it. I think that's it. Oscar will be the one in control. I hope it's coming across correctly, because I have no idea. It makes sense in my mind, but I don't know if it's coming across the way that I would like for it to. So, if I need to clarify anything, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to clear it up as best as I possibly can. So, yeah. Let me know what you think. If I need to clarify anything, then I will in the comments. But we'll see what tomorrow's theory is going to be. I might just go off the poll results still, just the ones that I already have, and do the next most voted for, and then the one that got the least amount, which was just one vote. Which I honestly thought the one with the one vote was going to interest people, but this one did. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. Like, comment, subscribe, tell me if I need to clarify anything, because I feel like I'm not getting it across the way I really wanted to. But until next time, yeah.